Peace.
Peace.
This is Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD. You're just now entering the cipher called Real2reel360. K-Wise.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed.
Peace.
Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Real2reel360 show. Let's get it in.
We do the knowledge of wisdom so you can understand. Real360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it all was taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to born. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show. Peace.
Well. Peace and blessings. It's about that time. How's everybody doing? It's DJ K-Wise, a.k.a. Kato, the Black Superhero. And this is Real2reel360. Welcome to another exciting episode. We're going to jump right into it, so let's get to it. Bringing on my co-host with the most, none other than my brother, Joshua Miller Law, a.k.a. Mr. PhD. I know he's excited about tonight's episode, so let's get it on. Peace and blessings, Lord.
Peace to all our followers, listeners, and subscribers. Yes, tonight is a very special episode for me because we have an individual that I grew up with from a little child, first, second, third grade. I can't even remember when the first time I met him, but I know the whole family, and we used to break bread together. This brother meant a lot to me in my childhood, and to watch his growth and development is beautiful. He is one quarter of the most famous, nationally known, Stellar Award winner group, the Brown Boys. He is my brother, Dennis Brown. Bring him on, please.
Absolutely. Peace and blessings, Ms. Brown. How are you?
I'm well, sir. Gentlemen, how are y'all doing?
Man,
all right.
Everything is great, man. You know, like I said, this is a surreal moment for me, man. For real.
Likewise.
This is a surreal moment because you think about the two young men that grew up went to Theodore Roosevelt, went to Roosevelt Junior Senior High School, played, baseball together, and look at the men that we became today. I want the following listeners to hear from you, your part of your journey into becoming one of the most prolific gospel groups there is today.
Oh, wow. First, I want to say it's a pleasure being here tonight with you, gentlemen. I thank you for the invitation. It's overwhelming. Thank you again for the acknowledgments. And like I said, brother, you go back. Oh man, wow, third grade. Third grade. We've been like, oh man, I ain't gonna tell the whole story, but hey, we did break a lot of bread together. we did. I'm gonna leave some stories out, but no, it's wonderful. But as you know, I'm just gonna give a little history. We've been the Brown Boys, my group, as you know yourself, sir, at the age of, I think I was 10 or 9. Mm-hmm. So this has been a long journey for us. And we've been doing this for a long time, and there's been a lot of growth with us individually about individual things that we've been doing. And it's at the point that something that we wanted for a very long time. Mm-hmm. As kids, we wanted this thing. We wanted a stellar award. We want to be acknowledged. But it's amazing how we, even though everything we did, we done been on some of the big stage. We done been around the world. We done been on different platforms that people can only imagine. We done shook hands with people and took pictures and, performed with, hung out, conversated with, and became friends, alloys, whatever you want to call, with some people that you can only imagine. So like I said, it's been a very long time, and it's just amazing how things turned out, because when you want something so bad and you're young, you're eager to get it. But as you mature and you grow, that thing, it just the what you love it. So you forget about some of the awards or the accolades to get, and when you least forget about it, then bam, it come knocking at your door without you even asking for it, and then people acknowledge what you have done through the years, through the past, and your journey. And like I said, it's awesome, it's wonderful, man.
I tell you, I remember, you used to have to go to practice all the time, you know what I mean?
Right, it cut into my childhood, right?
Yeah. And I understood, you know what I mean? When you have a passion, when you have a drive, when you have parents who support you in the way that your parents supported y'all in this, you know what I'm saying? It was amazing to see, especially, you know what I'm saying, in the time and era we grew up in.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And of course, you know what I'm saying, I always want to acknowledge your mom and dad, man, you know, and always high salute for the way that they kept y'all together.
Yeah.
They kept y'all together. You know what I mean? They
It wasn't easy though.
No, it wasn't
easy.
It wasn't, but you know what I'm saying? They did what they had to do. And you look at the fruit that it bear today and the things that are done with your brothers, with your sister, you know what I mean? With the whole family, how everybody is very successful, you know what I mean? And that alone
It's awesome.
is awesome. You know what I mean? So how was it the first time you stood on a stage and sang outside of church? Like one of the biggest venues.
Ah, wow. You know what? It's gonna sound a little cocky when I say this, but I look forward to it. You know, some people get nervous. Me, I get a different high. I'm like, yeah, okay, here we go. Let's do it. I get more amped than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the first time doing it. Oh man, I was like, I was young, but I understood the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
I understood the assignment. That means like, listen, it's no time to get up here and freeze up. It's no time to get nervous. It's this where you have to put your best foot forward.
Mm-hmm.
So when getting on big stages and you see, and especially like you say, outside the church, you going to auditoriums and you're doing outside venue where there's thousands of people, you know, looking at you, because once you the mic is in your hand, everybody focuses on what you're doing, what you're saying, and what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. So it's now you got the attention. So hey, it's on you. You got to give it your best or go have a seat somewhere. And I gave it my best, man. I gave it my best.
Definitely. When it comes down to it, who was your inspiration when it came down to singing?
Really, man, it's like a Michael Jackson story, and this is the God's honest truth. My father, you know, the passing the late Willie Brown, he did a Michael Jackson, he did a Joe Jackson thing. He went to the store, started buying instruments, and said, "Listen, I'm putting a group together." Yeah, only thing we didn't get beatings, but yeah, he put it together. He made us do it because he had a famous quartet group that he loved. They're called Woody Neal Johnson Gospel Keynotes. Mm-hmm. So when he did that, he put it together, and then I idolized this man. I was doing everything on stage we're doing, and then it was so amazing because years later we was able to tour with them. We went on for like 6 months tour with them, and it was amazing. So, but after that, it was more my father. But like I said, then of course the late Woody Neal Johnson from the Gospel Keynotes out of Tyler, Texas. But other than that, man, that's my father. Really, he inspired us. He put the battery in our back. Bought the instruments, encouraged us. He put the money out, and to this day, we honor him for that.
How is it singing with your brothers? You know what I mean? Because you could have been singing with anybody else, but you're on the stage with your brothers.
I'm gonna give the telltale. It's activating because we're close. And, you know, I'm the youngest, so you know they constantly tell me what to do. You know, so me and my brothers, people don't believe it. We talk like 6 or 7 times a day. Right. We argue most of the times a day, but at the end of the night, we still brothers. So, man, it's amazing. It's wonderful to be part with your brothers. So much that you that you get in the bed, you can sleep with, you can trust, you can count on, because your brothers ain't gonna fail you. Some brothers do, but mine ain't gonna fail me.
Right.
So it's wonderful, man.
I look at it and I look at the pictures of you and your brothers standing there, and I'm like, man, that's beautiful. You know.
Yeah, you've been there. You know. You've been around. You've been around. People don't know, man. We ate at each other's tables, man. So you know how you was there. So it's wonderful though.
Yeah,
it's wonderful.
We broke bread of many days and many nights, you know.
Yes.
Like I said, you know, from the very beginning, this is so surreal for me because it's like family. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy to see you after all these years and watch how you grow. And, you know, me, I'm not even, you know, I'm not a big gospel fan, but when I saw that y'all was nominated, I was glued to the TV.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Whether or
well,
not
I got a little beef with you anyway, so, you know, I don't really want to get into that. Because I'm gonna tell you what my beef with you is. When we was kids, man, you was a beast in football. I just knew. I said, man, my boy about to go to the NFL. You was a boy. I remember your mother taking you to practice, and I'm sitting like, yeah, my boy. Hey, you gotta go, man. That's my beef with you. I mean, I could have been a gospel star, you could have been a football star, but I'm gonna let that ride, dog. We're gonna let that go for now. We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, man. Sometimes we get caught up.
This is true. This is very true.
Caught up. I always say that I end up taking the long, hard road back. You know what I'm saying?
But no, you're correct. Because I'm gonna say this too. There's plenty of times, man. I mean, nobody know. I know. I quit the group. Nobody else know. In my head, I quit. I'm like, I'm tired. So you do take different paths, but like I said, nobody else knew but me. That was my inside quitting on the inside. I still made the rehearsals and still got on no planes and buses. Yeah, but we do take different paths.
It's like that, But like I said, I was glued to it, not just to say that my brothers were nominated. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand, like, just to say that y'all was nominated, but then to hear y'all names being called, you know what I mean? That was so surreal for me. How was it for you? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm going to tell you, man, this wasn't our first time being nominated. We've been nominated before many times, 4 times before we've been nominated. But when you sitting there and you got other people, because you go by what the audience do, and people going crazy. They're like, oh yeah. But to be nominated, man, it's an overwhelming feeling. It's a joyful feeling. I mean, we all just like looked at each other with tears, like, wow, you never thought. And then to get up there, you get an award, you like, oh man, because like I said, the journey has not been easy. It's been a long journey. We've been singing for over 30-some years. So you're looking like, wow. Now at this point, we finally getting this. It's amazing. It's amazing. Now some people win the lottery, they're like, oh my God, it's amazing. Some people have their first kid. Oh my God, it's amazing. It was amazing, overwhelming, but a wonderful, wonderful feeling.
How is it when you go back to your church? Because people don't know, if they don't know, I'm going to tell them now that you're a pastor, you have your own church and things of nature, How is it when you go back to your church and people speak to you and see you as this great gospel singer, and they hang on your every word? How's that feel?
Well, they've been doing that, but now is more. And I think now, like I said, this time that, God does, for me, I believe that God does all things well, because he do. And I'm like, now at this point that we got it, we're mature about it. Because I think if we would have got this years ago, it would have been, some people get things and they just lose their mind. But now that we have it, we know how to handle it. It doesn't change things. Only thing it makes us do now is just work harder, rehearse harder, give it more. We gave it 10% before, now we give it 110. I mean, before we gave it 100%, now it's like 150% now. We just go over and we try to make it better. And each time we hit the stage, take it to another level. Each recording we do, take it to another level. Every time we get together, it's just like, it's manpower, man hours that we got to put in to make it better than what we used to be. So now when people look at me, it's like, they say that I'm still humble. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, because I tell you, growing up, we were both cocky. You know what I mean? Because
sometimes you gotta be that way.
So the same way I was, about football, the same way you was about baseball. See, people don't realize how great of a baseball player you were. And
you was too, yeah.
But I
had baseball for many years.
But I had to get to your level. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all started before me, Brother Leon Reed, Jonathan Tyler.
Right. We had the team though. We had a beast of a team.
We had a beast of a team. And
I think John Hines was on the Yankees or something like that, man. I remember them days. Yeah. The rivalry, boy. Yeah.
The rivalry. Then you had Mud and Red and all of them on the Jets.
Right.
That was the bully squad,
But yeah, we had a powerful pitcher though. Ivan Tolliver.
Our
that boy was wicked. He was wicked with
Keith
that boy.
Saunders. Keith
Yeah,
Saunders.
we had a team. We had a team. We did have a team.
And we was the only team with a girl on our team.
Oh yeah.
Khadijah was on our team. Yeah.
I think Luke's sister or cousin.
Yeah,
Like that.
Luke's sister Khadijah was on our team.
But she was good though.
She was good.
And what's so good about that though? Her as a sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was like family. We treated her like family. Like sister. Oh, okay, hey, you family, we family. Yeah. It was good though. It was good. It was real good.
We had a good team, but I had to learn how to play. And watching you, Neon, and even your brothers, you know what I mean, get out there, you know what I'm saying, and actually learn the game, because I was used to playing football. It was nothing to play football. That was
right.
We played rugby at school.
Right.
But people don't know how great of a baseball player you were. And
man,
I used to watch you hit the ball and then go into the woods, and I'd be mad because I can barely get my ball out of infield. You know.
but see, that was my anger, because y'all had we're not going to split that today. But you had a little nickname y'all was calling me back in the days. So every time y'all call me that name, come on, blank. I'm like, all right, so I'm mad now. So bow.
Right.
Bow. Okay.
It used to be wicked.
But it was the love, though.
It was the love. We used to pick on each other, and it wasn't out of malice. It was, you know what I mean, out of nothing but love. We sat there and we would do this all day, and we would celebrate each other. And as adults today, I still celebrate you. I still celebrate your greatness.
I celebrate you too, sir. I'm proud of you, what you're doing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Like I said, it's an honor to be here today, man. I'm glad that you even gave me the invitation. Because listen, if we don't uphold one another, who else gonna do it?
No question.
So, like I said, it's an honor and privilege to be here. Thank you, gentlemen. Again, I really appreciate it.
Definitely. My thing was, how was it to be acknowledged by the town of Hempstead and get a date?
Oh man, that was mind blowing. That was mind blowing, because we didn't expect it. Because when you're, home don't really sometimes respect you.
Mm-hmm.
When you go out of town, they pull the red carpet out for you. They treat you right. They fly you in. They fly you back home. They make sure somebody picking from the airport. They make sure that the hotels. They make sure there's food in your restaurant, in your dressing room. They take care of you. Home sometimes will forget or neglect everything that you do. But at the same time too, when you leave, you representing home, because they're saying what, from Roosevelt, New York, Freeport, New York, Long Island. You representing them. But they still would treat you bad. But to come back home, man, and for Nassau County to do what they did is mind blowing. And this is the crazy part. They still talking about today. They talking about a big concert for us within the next year, and every day. And they trying to do it at the Coliseum. So I'm like, wow, if this happened, and it's going to be amazing. But it's exciting. It's awesome.
Yo, I'm kind of speechless, because I'm like, wow, when I saw the pictures and I started seeing the news clippings, because I saw the news clippings first. I didn't see like the picture, because people don't realize you're not really social media, like everything is out there. You're very humble.
Right.
So you don't push a lot of things out there. So I saw the news clippings first. So when I saw the news clippings, I initially went straight to your page. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, and I'm saying to myself, do I got to put this on his page? You know what I'm saying? For him to acknowledge what he's doing. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I don't post a lot of things. The group does it, but I don't. Like I said, my page is really basic. When you go on my page, you probably see a few things on there. My morning worship and promoting the church. That's it. But social media, now I don't put too much stuff on there. Like I said, at this age, I'm more humble than anything. So we all are humble. Like I said, and before the legislators to give us the citations to acknowledge us, and even though give us our own day. That's, like I said, that's amazing. It's amazing, man, and we are overwhelmed with joy. It's an honor.
He was very excited about getting you on the show. We talked, And he was like, Cash, what's up? He said, man, I got the Brown Boys. I was like, the Brown Boys? Is, yeah, man, it's from the town, from the home. I said, okay. I said, well, let's get him. Let's plug him in. He's like, yeah. Because not too long ago, I had my nephew on there, Trayvon Perry. And,
okay.
Yeah. So we was talking about everything. And like I said, the best achievement that I feel we can see and receive is the goodness of what's going on when we look back for where we started from and where we are now. And we remain, like you said, humble and good about yourself and the life that you live. So how is the reflection of what you're doing and your brother's doing trickling down to your seeds?
Oh, I'm glad you said that. I mean, it's amazing. Our seeds now, most of them, like my he's our brother, but we call our brother Big Brother Joe. He got a son, man, that's saying his name is Michael Williams, and oh man, he live in Delaware, and he's a beast. When I say he's a beast, he's a beast. My oldest brother Willie, my nephew, he played drums for us. My other nephew, he's part of the group. My brother Curtis, right now, his daughters play different instruments, singing. My son, right now, he's in school. He's in college, and he's taking up engineering. Okay. That means now he's learning how to go in the studio and do what he need to do and work at different computers, and it's awesome. It's amazing. My daughter, I have my baby, she's 17 now. She sings like a songbird, but she just won't put it out there. But when I say another Beyonce, oh man, she's off the hook. So it's trickling down. It's just going through the family. I just believe that for the next generation, the third generation, the fourth generation, everything that's attached to us will be able to do what we're doing, but on another level, even better what we're doing. And let me just tap back in what you said about getting on the show. Man, me and him are going back and forth, missing each other calls. He get off work late, and I'm at work. I'm like, listen, man, then I'm going. And so we finally got it. I'm like, come on. He's like, listen, man. He called me all dragging, yo, bro, I sleep at night. I work at night. I'm tired. You call me early in the morning. I'm like, yeah, but you called me when I can't talk. So we went back and forth. But like I said, we treat home well because we want home to treat us well. Right. And like me and this gentleman, man, like I said, we go back to third grade. We make him speak every day, but listen, I love him. He loved me. So when he asked me, I'm not, like I said, we are not that big head, but like, oh, nah, your platform is this. Nah, no, anything. Listen, if he could help us, we don't mind helping him. So listen, I'm glad, like I said, again, I keep saying it. I'm glad to be here tonight. It's an honor, it's a privilege. Like I said, we don't talk every day, but like when he asked me, it was a joy. Thank you again. And again, I'm glad. I'm just as more excited than you guys are to be on here tonight.
I tell you, it's so funny, like to watch my brother, because, like you said, we go back to third grade, and I remember this little cocky Dennis. Like I remember, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna tell you why I was cocky. We was best friends in elementary school, so I got this big joker next to me. I'm small. I'm like, yeah, I'm cocky. You mess with me, you gotta mess with him. I'm 3'3". He's standing at 7 foot. I'm like, yeah, he's nice and big and so I'm like, yeah, what? Yeah. So you pay attention. I walked home every day with you, like, yeah. Let's go. You leave out.
Okay. So look here. Now is the time of the moment of truth.
Okay.
Would you consider him back in the day when y'all was growing up? Would you consider him like a baby Suge Knight in training?
Yes. You know I ain't lying. It was his mother, his father, they had size on. They was not sloppy. They were just big and statue, and you could see it fit. I was like, wow. So come on, man. We are like third, fourth grade. Even at the baseball games, I'm like, yeah, come on, you ready? He's like, yeah, I'm ready. All right, let's go. We go on bikes together, we walk together. Come on, baby Suge Knight is with me. That's right, I was cocky. You mess with me, you gotta mess with him.
Yo.
You know I ain't lying. And Jonathan Tyler was right with us. He was shorter than me.
Yo, I tell you, we used to sit there and clown so much, right? And I never forget. Hey, yo, Jonathan, if you're watching, please forgive me for this story. Right? We was jonesing on Jonathan so bad. Jonathan got to the plate. He hit the ball. The ball went in the woods. Right? Normally when they go in the woods, that's a home run.
Home run.
He got out at first base.
Because he can't run that fast.
Can't
caught at first base. Because he couldn't run that fast. I remember that. Yeah.
I mean,
But one thing he would do though, he would always take his glasses, push it up like, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
And every time he always go raw. You like, what?
He was raw. And if anybody's been to Roosevelt Park, you know we didn't have home run fences like every other area. You hit it to the woods, or if we played at Roosevelt High School, you hit it, you know what I'm saying? You hit it onto the high school. Jonathan, oh my good, Jonathan hit that ball and then went to the woods. I just knew that was a home run. When he got caught at first base, I was done.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say to Jonathan's defense, you're wrong for telling that one. You're wrong for telling that one.
I said, forgive me. Yo, man.
But it's good to have history. It's good to have
history. It was a lot of love, you know what I mean, and it's still trickled today.
Yes.
I think that the area that we grew up in breeded successful individuals.
Yeah.
It's like you had one or two ways to go when it came from where we come from. It was either you was going to make something happen or you're gonna get caught up.
Yeah. And that's what our generation is missing today, though.
Yeah,
it's missing that today because when we was growing up, we had structure.
Mm-hmm.
We had structure, and you had after school you had an activity to get into. Even in the summer, you had something to get into.
Mm-hmm.
But our young people today is missing that, and that's why there's we got so many chaotic things that's happening in their lives because they're missing that. But man, we could just wish for the best and pray for the best for them.
You know,
that's it.
I remember when, you know what I'm saying, you was the little what's that the little guard with the we was in school. What was it? Elementary school. You had the little everybody was a little fake crossing guard. What was that called again?
Hall monitor.
No, it wasn't a hall monitor. It was you had the little badge. You had the
this dude. I said, I'm trying to hold back, not to put him out there, but he just keep digging and digging. No, you keep digging and digging. I'm trying my best, but I keep going. Go ahead.
I'm not saying my thing. I'm not saying anything wrong because it's not like I'm saying other stuff. This is like seriously, this is the way it's always been since we was little. You know what I'm saying? Do you know like the jokes he would crack like you said, I was big, he was short. So you would hear him cracking jokes like he vicious. So he vicious. So when the man we see today, and you remember when he sang in Miss Calypso class? In the high, when you sang in Miss Caluso.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But our classroom was crazy. That's when we had Kenny Ephraim in there. We had Richard Clifford in there.
Yeah.
Oh man, we had Dante Meeks in there. Yo, our classroom was off the hook as kids, man. We had some ruthless peoples in there. So if your skin wasn't tough, man, it was no need for you to even be in there.
Yeah,
because oh my God, it was something.
But,
now you say you the youngest out of all your siblings?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm the youngest.
Okay,
so me and my sister.
Okay, so let's take it back because we have similar relations when it comes to these things. We're both PK kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm on the Freeport side. You on the Nassau Road side. Growing up in my household was like good times. Okay. My pop, James Evans Jr. to the full 9, and we couldn't do nothing. Rule, it was his way or no way, point blank, period.
All right.
We had the best of times. And a lot of times people would always say, oh, you PK kids, y'all do that. Y'all just the worst PK kids. So we had a lot of slack with that because our church, my father passed it out in Brooklyn. And maybe you might, if you ever heard of King Emmanuel Missionary Baptist Church, my father was the founder there, Reverend Irvin Wilson. He was the one, 1989, he was returned to the essence by the church was broken in. And so, yeah, it was a big
Wow,
deal
I'm
and
sorry to hear
everything.
that.
But it's all good though, man, because the teachings and blessings that he left us, man, still lives on through each and every one of my brothers and
Awesome.
sisters. So, we carry that. So I wonder the influence of mom and pops in your life. How strong of the vine does it still hold when you trickle, like I said, again, going down from your brother's generation to your children's generation?
Okay, well, let me just say, PK kid. No, I'm not. I'm not a PK kid, but you might say I was. My father wasn't a strict one. It was my mother.
Mhm.
My mother was a strict one. Now, my mother's the one who made us get up, and I don't care what you did Saturday night, but you're going to Sunday school on Sunday morning. I don't care what you. I don't care what you got. You going to church on Sunday, So I was that kid that try to stay home with my dad, but then sometimes she make him go. So when he got to go, I got to go. So but the days he didn't go, I was sticking with him.
Mhm.
But it was amazing. Like I said, it's the teaching, the way we was brought up. Even when we didn't want to go, we still had to go and learn. And I say the learning is what kept me a little straight too, because I knew that my mother wasn't playing. I knew that either my father was the more the lenient one, but when she say get him, he gonna get me. So so having my mother and father raise us, it was a blessing, because I watched my father be a man. He worked every day. He took care of his house, home. He took care of his wife. He took care of us, and he instilled in us how to be a man, how to grow to be a man. When we made mistakes, nah, not with him, nah, not with mom. So as today, as being a father and even a pastor, I try to teach my kids, and we try to teach our kids, that you got to be held accountable for what you do,
Mhm.
your actions, and how you respond to things. It's gonna it can't come back to get you. It can't come back to get you. It can't come back to bite you. So the whole thing is like, listen, you learn from mistakes, and you try to do everything that we teach you, that we instill with you. We don't need you, because as black people, we don't understand, especially black men. Nobody's not giving us anything. So the less mistakes that you make is the best.
Right.
You don't need to learn from mistakes. You try to not to make them. So we try to instill them, like I said, church in them. I'm a pastor, but I don't force. My kids. Yeah, they go to church, but listen, as they get older, because you try to force kids to do something. As they get older, they resent it, and they're like, I don't want to do it because because people have stories all day long that when I was a child, I went to church every day. Nah, but I'm glad that I don't force my kids, but it's still in them. They still come to church. They're still in church. My son's he's the drummer at the church. My daughter, like I said, she has an amazing voice. I want her to do praise and worship. She don't want to do it. I don't force her. I figure one day, hey, when she's ready to do it, she will do it. But when you have a proper bringing up by your parents, and they lead and direct you and instill in you, that's when you know right from wrong. Now, if you choose to do wrong, that's on you.
Mhm.
But you was taught. Now you got to be held accountable for what you do. So
That's
my
right.
mother and father, they instilled a lot of things in us, and I'm glad that they did. So because of that, I don't have a a jail record. I don't have anything that's over my background that's crazy. I thank God for that. So there's still a whole lot of things, and not just in her boys, but in her girls too. So and that trickled down from us being parents to our own kids. We don't. None of us have this. Have that. Been to the jailhouse 25 times. My son or my daughter. No, we try to teach them the right way and pray to God to keep them and lead them, guide them.
Now that's a piggyback off that, because there's a question in the comment about how did y'all stay away from Centennial Park and live so close
I
to it?
didn't. I didn't. You know that.
Hey, I didn't
I
want to
didn't.
answer that. I
I
didn't want to
didn't.
answer that because you
I
said I
wasn't.
was digging.
I was told not to go there, but I still went. Like I said, now I had to be accountable. I still continue to park. Yeah, I was in there. Yeah, nobody knew about it except my older sister. When she would see me in it, she's like, "I'm telling." I'm like, "No, you're not." But John, I was in Centennial Park. Yes, I was. I was in there a lot, and not
I
supposed to
didn't want
been
to
there.
answer that. I didn't
Not
want
supposed
to
to
answer
be there. Right? I was there. I'm supposed to be there, but I was there
that. I didn't want to answer that.
again, doing what I wanted to do.
And that goes back to the saying, teach a child the way to go. If they stray, they're gonna come back. Um,
Right.
I think that how was it that growing up in the community, having the household that you have, how much is that still, is part of your morals and your values and your foundation?
Man, we're that it was it's crazy because we're close. We're a close family. We like any other family. We do argue. We do have disagreements, but we are close. As growing up, we was close. Now that everyone is older, we still close. I got older sister, older brothers. I got my twin sister. Me and her are real close. Matter of fact, we have a birthday coming up Saturday.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be with her. Right now she's over in Vegas. But I gotta do some other things. So I gotta be in Atlanta, so I won't be there. But other than that, man, we're real close, and we're still close to this day.
Like I said, growing up in the period in time, and what was the fondest moment that you had on tour, and who was you with?
Oh man, the fondest moment, I think when we did the One Love cruise. I met Kurt Franklin. I met the Clark sisters. We was on that cruise for I think 7 days, and I met some of the biggest stars. Marvin Sapp. That's when I guess this was some years ago. Smokey Norfolk, Yolanda Adams. The people that you would only imagine to meet. You meet them, and then Fred Hammond, and now you're on this cruise with them for 7 days, and you a lot of that, you're talking with them, you're hanging out with them, you get to know them, and you build a relationship. So I think that was one of my fondest, tours.
Okay. Now, is there any collaborations with some of these artists, gospel artists, that you would like to do, or that you have done that you would like to do again?
Oh well, I can't speak too much. That's in the making now. We're working on a new EP. That we got a new EP, new song coming out, but we're working on a new one because, like I said, we gotta stay relevant. So we're working on a new one now, and there will be big, some names that people know, some names people don't know, but that's in the making now.
What was it like hearing your first song over the radio? How was
man, yo, that was. Let me tell you something. We was in a van. This was some years ago. We was traveling down the road, and you enter into another city, another state, another town, and they said coming to such the Brown Boys, and you hear your song on the radio. Oh man, that's I don't care who you are, but you feel like somebody. You like, oh yeah. Now you cocky. You like yeah. They playing my thing, so I'm here now. So it's just a wonderful feeling. It's an amazing feeling. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about. It's wonderful. It's awesome.
Yeah. Who are some of the greats that you look up to that are gospel artists?
Oh wow, it's a lot. It's a few that I look up to now. I would say, oh man, it's some new ones. You see, when I say that, it's a tough question to answer because some new ones as well. That's not haven't been doing this for 40, 50 years. It's some new ones that's singing now. You got Chicardi Cortez. I love to hear him. I'm a big Marvin Winans fan. I love Crystal Aiken. I love go to people that probably didn't know, people that have been doing this for a long time, of Vanessa Bell Armstrong, Shirley Caesar, Mighty Clouds of Joy. Like right now, new today, Tim Rogers and the Fellas. Go back in the days, you talking about BB Winans, who still exists today. I'm a big CC Houston. I'm CC Winan fan. Every time I see CC Winan, I'm like, oh my God, hey, and Mary. So it's a lot. I just can't name a few, but it's a lot.
Okay. What was the first award that y'all won?
The first, I think that was over 20 years ago. That was at George Stewart. It was a Quartet convention that I do believe still goes on today. That was in Alabama. We won an award. We won a couple awards. I think it was like best dress and something else, but it's a couple that we had won back then. But a lot of the accolades that we do have, and a lot of awards that we do have, they are in my mother house and posted and hanging up there. So it's quite a few trophies and different citations that we have received and awards that we do have.
Now, how do it feel to go to different states and different places and people know who you are, acknowledge who you are, and they waiting for you to come on stage? How does that feel like you said, coming from where you come from, and then you go somewhere else and people is dying to see you?
Oh, it's still amazing. I don't care how many times it happens. I don't care how many times you go there and people do that. It's a wonderful feeling. It's good to be received. It's good to be acknowledged. It's good to be wanted. And when people do that for you and they show you that they're excited about you, it feels good. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many times it happened. It feels good. Yeah, because you could be having the worst day or a bad day, and somebody just acknowledge you and treat you like a human being will make their day brighter, make their day better than what it was.
To piggyback off of that, then, how many times have you found yourself what we call fanning out when you realize that you're now in the league of some of the most infamous gospel singers that you see that you were fans of, and they're looking at you and you come in to talk to them, and it's like you trying to maintain your composure because it's like,
mind blowing. I'm glad you said that. It's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. I'm telling you, because people that you think don't know you know you. Mm-hmm. They come up to you like, oh, you be like, wow, because especially at the Stellar Awards, that's how it was. People come to you before you even, and you like, oh my God, I'm a fan of yours. And no, I'm a fan of yours. I've been listening, and they give you history of what you did, and you sitting there like, oh wow, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. That's another wonderful experience, wonderful feeling. It's mind blowing.
Do you think that over the years of growth helped you become more humble?
Yes. Yeah. It has. Along with maturity. Mm-hmm. It has.
And you had said something earlier in the show about you think that if you would have got it when you were younger, you wouldn't have been able to receive it the way that you wanted to. Do you feel like the process is a whole lot different now, and receiving the acknowledgement, receiving the things that you're receiving behind the hard work you put in?
Yeah. Just to piggyback on that again. I think without maturity, you don't know how to appreciate anything. Mm-hmm. Without being in a season for so long, you won't be able to appreciate it. When you get something, well, it's evidence now. A lot of young kids, a lot of young rappers, they get money and they get cars and they blow it. And next you know, you see them in jail, you see them doing crazy things. But when you mature, you're able to receive something and appreciate it better than before. Because I think if I would have got it when I was young, you think my head is big now? It wouldn't have been. I'm trying naturally big. It would have been really big. You couldn't tell me nothing. But now I can receive it better, and with humility, I can receive it a whole lot better and appreciate it. And now I just know that. Listen, now it's no time to get lax. It's time to just step it up another notch or two. Back then, I probably got laxy daisy, like I already got it, so I don't need it. But no, as you grow and mature and you understand the value of it, and all the sweat and tears that you put into it, you appreciate it more, and you worship it more. Not worship, because I said let's change that word. Let's say that you appreciate you enhance what you do. Mm-hmm. You enhance your performance, your stage performance, what you do. You enhance it. You make it better than what it was.
Now, if you could go back and talk to that 9-10-year-old Dennis that hated to go to practice, that didn't want to go inside. You know what I'm saying? What would you tell him, you know what I'm saying, today? Like, if you can go back and talk to him, what would you tell him today about your journey?
It's worth it. I would tell him it's worth it. I would tell him that now you know what the future holds. Work harder. Make it better. Put more into it. Take it more serious. Because I don't care who you are. When you're young, you don't take too many things serious. You're like, oh, I got to do this. Okay. Let me do that. And after you do it, you're ready to run and, do what you want to do. Take it more serious, enjoy it, and listen, it's worth it. At the end, you will see it's worth it.
How much, let's put it this way, how much sibling rivalry competition is between you and your brothers when y'all was starting out about singing together and all that?
Truthfully, none. Because
really?
I'm the lead. Because I'm the lead singer. They was musicians. They put me out. I didn't want to be out front.
Yeah. That was Michael Jackson.
Right. They put me out, and my oldest brother taught me. My oldest brother, Willie Brown, and he taught me something many years ago. Many years ago. He said, "Let me say something to you," because one day we didn't do so good. He said, "Once you get that mic is powerful." He said, "Now you got everybody's attention." He said, "You got everybody looking at you." He said, "It's what you do with it." I'm like, huh? And believe it or not, I understood that. And after I understood that, that was it. Now I know. Listen, okay. So when it's time to go on stage, everything else doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We come here, understand the assignment, what your assignment is to do. So let's do it. Let's get it done. So all I did, just really try my best to perfect it. Study my word, study my craft, get better, rehearse. Even when I didn't sound good, I kept studying.
Now I have a question. Is the rivalry similar on the gospel circuit that it is in the R&B circuit? Whereas when you step on stage, if you have to go before somebody else, you want to make sure that they got to work hard to keep that crowd.
Oh yes. Let's be truthful. Yes. Because they have a thing in the quartet field. Nobody want to catch the crickets.
Mm-hmm.
You know the crickets is when everything is quiet, all you hear is crickets. Mm-hmm. Nobody want to catch the crickets. So yeah. So let me tell you, it's funny because if you on stage and you doing what you gotta do and you got the crowd, you turn and look on the side stage, you see everybody standing looking. People come out their dressing room looking like, oh, okay. Okay. But if they ain't doing nothing, you're like, okay, good. But now, listen, it's like when if one artist got everybody on their feet praising God and shouting, that next person will come in and tap. They want to come and tap into what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But To answer that question, yes. And don't let anybody else tell you. Listen, we all doing it for the Lord, but yes, nobody want to give here and be like, well, okay, go sit down. No. It's there, yeah.
So they got the work to come behind the Brown boys, huh?
Yeah, and people and listen, the same thing. People are like, who come behind? They gonna try to make the Brown boys work as well. Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah.
We ask a lot of artists that come on from Southern Soul to hip hop. You know what I mean? Everybody the same questions. We don't ask the Mount Rushmore question anymore. You know what I mean? We used to ask the Mount Rushmore question, but shout out to Bad News.
Go ahead and ask that question.
No, I can't ask that question anymore because I was told that you got to look in the encyclopedia for that answer. But but when it's all said and done, what is the legacy that you feel that the Brown boys will leave in the gospel music genre?
Oh man, that's a good question. When it's all said and done, we want to be known as an artist that was that hung in there, that we did this for many years, and we achieved some great things in the years that we did it. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I don't care what you're doing. Is anything that you come and people start to acknowledge you, and giving you citations and awards for it. It's hard work, and it's not going to happen overnight. So we want people to realize that, and our legacy be that that they stayed the course. They didn't give up. They did a good thing, and now that they're gone, our young generation is taking on. The name hasn't changed, but now we got another generation that's coming behind them, that's attached to them, and they're carrying the legacy. And this legacy, this is like, listen, the Brown boys, the older generation did this. They got Stellar Awards. They got the date named after them, and they got more Stellar Awards and got other awards that came after them. But now we want to take it to another level. So we want our legacy to be pure. That's a good word to say. Not tanking at all, but pure and good, and people can respect it. That's a good thing, that we respect your legacy, because once they respect your name, your legacy, it can carry on forever.
Okay. Have you done any hooks and art and verses for any hip hop artists?
No, I would love to do one. I never did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We come to close to the end, and I know that you're traveling, but before we get to closing out, I want you to tell people where they can see you at, your next tour date, where they can get your music, where they can see you in the pulpit at, where they can see my brother in the pulpit at. That's where I want them. You know what I mean? Is what it is.
All right. So the church is its name is Worship Restored Ministries. I am the pastor there. We're located in 992 Merrick Road. That's in Warwick, New York. We start every Sunday morning at 11:30 a.m. promptly. Wednesday nights we do our Bible study from 7:30, and every Saturday morning, if you're free, we have an hour of prayer you can come into, and to the ministry, and we have an hour of prayer with the Brown Boys. You can find our music on every indie digital outlet. I can't name them all, but everyone you can find our music there. You could go onto our IG page, to our Facebook page, and I do believe the Twitter page. That's Brown Boys. Boys is spelled with a Z, Boyz. Our next date, well, we got a few dates coming up, but the next one that you can catch us on is December the 11th. We are in Hopkins, South Carolina, and we have other dates that's following. That's one that we got on New Year's Eve. We got a few. I just don't know the locations of the other ones, but we do have a lot of dates. We got Detroit coming up. We got Chicago. We got a few more other dates. A lot of other dates. I just can't name them all. But the next one is December 11th, and you can meet us in Hopkins, South Carolina, and you can find the flyer or the program on our Facebook page as well as our Instagram page. Once again, that's the Brown Boys. Boys is spelled with a Z, Boyz. You get our information there from our manager or anything else that you need to get in contact with us. You can find all that stuff on our social media.
When will you be in? One of the guests want to know, when will you be in Virginia?
We're supposed to be, I think, Portsmouth. Like I said, there's a lot of dates that I'm not sure of, and I don't want to start calling out dates, and then people are like, oh, okay, but you said this date. So, but they will be posted on our social media.
Okay.
You just go follow us, and you will see the dates. Every now and then they do put up a list of dates where we'll be at. But again, you can get our music in any digital outlet, any.
I want to ask this question. I think it's very important. Just like in most R&B and other areas of music, where you have a group and everybody's hearing everybody in the group, but then there's sometimes the outside force say, hey, you could do better outside of the group or go solo or stuff like that. Have you had any influence or conflicts like that came across to try to say, you can do this and that, or to come and maintain from the group?
Yeah, but we have people that come in the group and to lead the group, and they went on they different ways and their different careers and different things. But the founders is me and my brothers, Dennis, Will, and Curtis. We are the founders. We've been there since day one, and I think that's a little tough for us to break up. Like I said, we fight all the time. We brothers. we fight all the time. But like I said, because of what my father and my mother did, because they started this thing. And because like I said, my father put a lot of money into us. He put a lot of time into us. He was the one that was driving us across the country when nobody else did. He was one that believed in us when nobody else believed. When we didn't even believe in ourselves. So because of my father, and even though he's not here no more with us, his legacy.
Yeah, he got a phone call. You know what that is.
Oh, he's good. He's back.
Nah, that's the phone.
The audio. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the phone. But you there, D?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, because you must have got a phone call. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. But like I said, that because of that, I don't think we will ever stray away from that. Now to do a collab or something, that's maybe something totally different. But just to break up because of that, no.
Right. Cool.
But it has been. We have been approached with that. Yes.
Okay.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to know that, like we said from the very beginning, this was one of my dearest friends since third grade. This has been so surreal for me because I haven't seen him in years, and just like you said, we pick up like we did when we were kids. He said I dig, I say he dig, and we have a good time.
Yes, sir.
We have a good time, and I want you to know I love you and I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, sir. Love you too, sir.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
Proud, man. A lot of people be like, yo, he's a pastor, you're 5%, but he's my brother first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The schools that was minuscule, you know what I mean? But it's just reality. Right. I will always promote my family. You know what I'm saying? And let you know how much you mean to me, let you know how much Willie and Curtis mean to me. Because I remember, they was rough and tumble. You know what I mean? They give you some body shots, but that's neither here nor there. But
let me just tap on that. Like I said, because you a John and I'm pastor, that doesn't mean that we don't speak. You believe what you believe, I believe, and there's no love lost.
Right.
I don't try to push. One thing that people, we've been knowing each other for years. You never try to push your belief on me, and I never try to push my belief on you. So listen, I still respect you. You still respect me. I still love you. Still love me. That's it. Who you are is who you are. Who I am, who's I am. That don't interfere with anything else at all. At all.
And I'm so proud of you. Like,
thank you, sir.
literally,
Proud of you as well. Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. When I say that, to see y'all get on BET and the Stellar Awards, to receive that award, then to tune in, because you get the news from back home, to see y'all get your day, Nassau County give y'all
man, that's
acknowledge y'all. And I'm like, wow, these are my brothers, you know what I mean? And you have basically is a trailblazer for young gospel quartet groups that will be formed and are formed coming out of Long Island. And how do that feel? Like, because y'all basically put Long Island on y'all back and did what y'all did, even though we had the Donnie McClurkins, but y'all came from childhood doing this. So how does that feel to be trailblazers in a town where you got hip hop, the greatest of all time comedian, the greatest of all time basketball player, Howard Stearns, and all the rest of these individuals?
Right. Public Enemy. We got Eddie Murphy. We got Don. Like you said, everybody played a part in doing what they're doing. We got Julius Irving. So it's like every category was taken except for quartet. So we just honored, man. We just honored them to fill that spot, to slide in there, like because Diamond Kirk was somewhere else. We got, like I said, Julius Irving. We got oh my God, Chuck D and them. Oh man, we got Eddie Murphy. We got a lot going on here. We got some football players too. But for us to fill that quartet spot, oh man, come on, thumbs up. It's a wonderful feeling. Wonderful feeling,
man. Again, I'm proud of you, man. I love you.
Thank you, sir.
I know you.
Thank y'all both, man.
Appreciate having you, man.
I mean, you be safe on that road. You know what I mean?
Thank you, sir.
Kay,
yes.
You know what time it is, man. Let me get up here before I start getting mushy with my brother, man.
All right, man. Don't do that. Gentlemen, bless y'all, man. Thank you again. Continue to support the Brown Boys.
Always, man. Always.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, give us 2 minutes afterwards, though, D.
All right.
We thank you all for tuning in to the Real2reel360 show with our special guest, Mr. Dennis Brown of the infamous Brown Boys of Roosevelt, the Velt, Long Island. All right. I got to make that known. We appreciate you, bro. And I'm going to tell you, like I tell everybody else, you have a home, not a home away from home. You have a home right here. So at any time, anytime y'all want to come back on, the door's open. And if we can help y'all in any other way, please don't hesitate to call on us. We'll be right here.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I'm going to use that. Trust me.
Definitely.
I'm going to use that. I'm definitely. No, I'm serious. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it.
Yeah. And like we always do before we bounce out, Ja, who we got coming up next?
We have our sister Lynn Myers tomorrow. But next week, y'all make sure y'all locked and loaded, because it's going to be some real to real next week.
Yes,
we got intimacy coaches. We got herpes advocates. We got it. It's going down next week.
Hey, it's real. So it's real.
Some of y'all walking around with it and not knowing. So we're going to really tap into that next week.
Right. We hope it reaches everybody in the best of health and said ability. Well, since we talking about Long Island, I think we're gonna end it off with my joint, man. I dedicate this to Strong Island. You know what I mean? I call it the 6th borough. So we're gonna get right into it as we bounce off. Peace to Allah's mighty 5% nation, the gods and earths, and to all of the human families of the planet Earth. We salute you with love, peace, and happiness to everybody, man, woman, and child. We love you all dearly. And once again, this is the Real2reel360 show. Let's get it in, y'all.
Peace and love. Stay tuned for a message from the God. It's DJ K-Wise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Long Island is where we rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Long Island is where we rest. Rocking up the big New York from Long Island. 5, 1, 6. When I'm in New York, I feel with the guys. 513.